Well, hello everyone. I am Fracture. Yes, I am Fracture, and this is Let's Play Divine Divinity on the PC. We're clearing out a sewer system under the main market near the beginning of the game. Yes, I've been going on seemingly forever, and we still have barely scratched the surface of this game. And with that, I'm led into a warning. This, in terms of Let's Plays, can be a little bit boring. There's a lot of walking around, a lot of leveling up, that sort of thing. So if you're finding it boring, it's not you, it's me. And with that warning, I'm going to just continue the way I've been doing. I don't try to edit this for excitement or anything. I just record myself as I play it. And let's see, that led into something else. I was having a sound issue last time I was playing. A burst of white noise anytime I swung my sword. That's what she said. Wow, that's not very funny, and she would have to be very geeky to say something like that. Which is cool. Geek chicks are hot. Now, what was I saying? I was saying something, a string of words that I can't recall. Oh, yes. There is a sound bug if you happen to have a particular sound card and a multiprocessor machine. And who doesn't have a multiprocessor machine nowadays? You need to find yourself a utility called Run Once to make sure that you're running on a single processor, or you can do it from the task manager. It's called Processor Affinity, and you set the game every time you start it so that it has an affinity to a single processor. But that utility I mentioned, runonce.exe, essentially does it for you. And after I've rambled all that along, let's hope I did in fact fix my sound problem. The reason it unfixed itself, actually, I did it again. Oh, looks like we've opened a can of worms. The reason it unfixed itself originally is because I installed a new version of this game. I actually got this game from GOG.com, which is an excellent site. But they don't have a patching engine. So if GOG does patch the game, and yes, GOG does patch games this old, good on them, it is essentially up to you to download the entire game and reinstall it. So of course the work I did setting up a special icon to call runonce.exe was removed. And since we've been fighting for quite some time now, and I haven't heard that strange burst of white noise, it would look like I was successful. And if you're wondering where I learned to even do that, again, GOG.com. They don't directly support their... oh, I thought he was standing in the water, but he was just right up against the wall. They don't directly support their games like that, but they do have a very active community. And a quick search of their forums along the lines of white noise, Divine Divinity, and I had my answer in seconds. The other thing I like about GOG.com is that they spend the time setting up DOSBox and whatnot. They usually run their games using DOSBox, which is another free utility. But they spend the time configuring it very well. And they approve games for various OSs, like this one was approved for Windows 7. And that almost guarantees it'll work. Of course, they don't take responsibility if it doesn't. But they managed to get it working very well on the OSs that they say they have. So you can be fairly well assured that the game's going to work on your machine. And you know, even if it doesn't, most of their games are $10 or under. So, you know, I bought 2 or 3 games from them over the long haul that simply wouldn't run on my machine, and you know, who cares? Suppose that's $20 or $30 in the garbage, but for the games on the flip side, where I bought an old game I really love from them, and it just immediately installed, immediately ran flawlessly, I got more than my money's worth out of the bargain. Alright. Now I see... There, that's the one that's... You can see locked barrels are not exactly the most inconvenient thing in the world. I don't think I need all this stuff. Especially not those trail bombs. They're quite heavy, I would imagine. Let's see. I was going to say, it looks like we've cleared this area off, at least the areas we can reach. That's completely blocked off. I'm just going by the mini-map. It does look like there's something to the north, but I'm pretty sure that's not reachable. That's across a gap of water, so we can't swim in this game. And there's a whole area there that looks interesting, but I'm not sure that I can reach it. Perhaps if I head north and around the corner, it will let me in. Yep. What was the magic button? I thought Alt... Oh yeah, Alt does light up stuff you can pick up. I was confused because it wasn't lighting these things up. But these aren't worth looting, so it doesn't bother lighting them up when you hold down the Alt key. I'm not going to complain about that. That would be annoying actually if it lit up every item on the screen. Brick, brick, dirt, floor, wall, wall. I will take the opportunity. Polished silver cord. I would assume that's some sort of a belt. I don't know what I am wearing for a belt. I am wearing a real belt. Did this polished silver cord do anything? 5% chance of absorbing damage. Armor 120. Yeah. Armor 165. Oh, 5% chance of absorbing damage. Actually, for a little piece of wire, that's pretty darn good. Lots of potions. Lots of potions. Watch me get overburdened just carrying potions around. And as I said earlier, hitting barrels does degrade your weapon, but this late in the game your weapons are very durable, so it really doesn't matter for the little bit that they degrade the weapon. And by this time most characters will have repair of at least some degree. I'm assuming he's going to come around the corner. Yep. So I don't know how long I'm going to go for on this Let's Play. Probably just clear out some more of the map. I just felt like playing this game for a little bit. And you can see while I'm digging around in the sewers here, killing things, it's not like I'm exactly progressing a storyline or anything like that. I have no idea why I'm even killing all these lizards and why they're hanging around with all these undead. I do know that... Well, I'll actually pop the map up. Over in this area, right over here, there is something happening. There is a boss surrounded by minions, a human, some sort of gang lord. I accidentally walked in there and was promptly, well, convinced to leave in a coffin. So I reloaded the game and I just haven't revisited that area. I got the impression, I got a few hits on the guy and it did a reasonable amount of damage. Certainly not the kind of damage I'm doing to these guys. it gave me some hope. If I was willing to spend, say, half a dozen potions and not too many of his minions joined in, I could probably kill that boss. But it's not something I'm positive of. If I find my way around and clear out this area, I might give it a shot. You know, with quick saves. It's easy enough to try it and then reload when you fail miserably. And this is a huge area, and I'm assuming a lot of this stuff I cannot reach. I mean, there's interesting looking things, and there's even loot down there if you look. There's some barrels that contain things, but unless I've missed something, I can't see a way of getting over there. Well, actually, that almost looks like an opening in the corner there. What the heck? Let's go take a peek. It's probably not, probably just a map glitch. But it's got me curious. And there's even items in the water you can't reach. Yeah, there's no way. Alright. But it sounds like there's things lurking over there. Ooh. And I almost missed this. Another way up. Presumably just out of the sewers, and all I've been doing at the moment is flagging these locations on the map. And at some point we will explore them all. This heads, I'm guessing, to a whole new section of the sewers. It's just one of those map changing, are you sure you want to leave the map things. And there's another path upwards. This is actually a pipe that leads to here, so if we ever do want to go and clobber that boss, we have a shortcut. Well, it's not all that much shorter than just walking there from where I am at the moment, but that's the idea. Now the other thing I can do, aside from expending mana to heal myself or eating food, is of course remember that I have the pyramid with me. And those of you that haven't watched any of my other Let's Plays and you're just jumping right in, I have this little pyramid tool. It's a two-part transporter. I can leave one pyramid in one location and then drop the other pyramid and transport between them. Works really well. The one downside is, boy, if you ever forget one of the pyramids, you can find yourself in quite a bind. You can permanently lose the pyramids. It takes a bit of work, because if you know where one pyramid is, you can transport to the other one and not forget it this time. But it is possible to screw yourself up and lose both. Now, the other thing this game let me do, I think I described in one of the first playthrough videos, is I played for a considerably long time, and I was using a wizard's house as sort of my drop-off point. And as the game progressed, suddenly that house became inaccessible, along with all of the gear I had stored there. And I was rather disappointed. It wasn't game-changing. I think one quest was sort of destroyed, but there's so many quests going on, the loss of one quest is no big deal. But the game does let you do that. I have since learned to leave one of the teleporter pyramids near the bed, near a bed, and near a chest, and then you just teleport to that bed to rest and to unload extra equipment, and you put it all in the room with the pyramid. Because of course, even if the room doors became locked, you're teleporting in, so there's really, what can they do, right? Now that I said that, I thought of one thing they could do that would still screw you up. I think the way they lock that room that I was using is it actually changes the map. So I would probably either crash the game when I tried to teleport to a room that no longer existed in the map, or I would find myself in an empty building and still wonder where everything went. Now this looks trap-like. Ah, well, I am the master of the traps. I had no trouble picking that up. I was expecting to get entangled, and still, that might be a quest item. There's no value to it. It's not an armor. It's not enchantable. 150, 10% chance of absorbing damage. What am I wearing? 80, 10%, plus 40 constitution. So this gives me a little more health, but this gives me much more armor. 150 armor versus 80 armor. They're heavier by 25 pounds, or whatever 125 means. 10% chance of absorbing damage still. Do I need 4 constitution? Probably not. I probably gain more from the armor than I lose from the constitution. So how have we been doing? Not all that well. We've been playing for a long time, and I think I've only half of this green I have gained during this rather lengthy romp through the sewer. So this is slightly below my level, aside from that boss. But I still do get experience, and I do get loot, so... And I suppose it's not like I'm getting through these guys without a scratch. They are managing to hit me. Another hornet's nest. Dog sapphire ring. I think that was plus something to intelligence. What was that ring? It was dog sapphire ring, plus 3 to hearing. And as far as I know, all that hearing does is let you see red dots either in the black areas before they actually get into your line of sight, or perhaps just increases the radius of your sort of black area erasing sphere, or whatever you'd want to call it. Alright, well, I think we've made fairly good progress. I'll just try to make a decision on how much I want to erase here. Oh, we found some kind of interesting area with lots of spiders. That had lots of spiders. Not sure what the big deal is with all these spiders. I keep almost expecting to bump into the King of Spiders or something. But at last also, even if I do, at last I actually have some fairly decent poison resistance. It's nothing incredible, but it's certainly better than what I used to have. Oh, this looks special because of all these rubies. Something's going to happen. Yep. Run away. I'm in no condition for this. Well, I think that was a very effective use of a large mana potion. I thought I had wasted it, but I see that it only filled up essentially my whole mana bar, which was excellent, and I'm not sure that I have killed everything out of that area. I think we may be in for some more fighting. And once I've cleared this area, I think that's where I will call it a day. Yeah, there's something in here. Another fanatic. Lots of fish and gems.
I'll have to drop something. I'm carrying too much.
That's not super critical.
I'll have to drop something. I'm carrying too much.
It just means I cannot
I'll have
run.
to drop something. I'm carrying too much.
And it means I gotta listen to him
I'll have
complain.
to drop something. I'm carrying too much. I'll have to drop something. I'm carrying too much.
Constantly.
I'll have to drop something. I'm carrying too much.
I can't run. He complains every time I pick something up. And when I finally am carrying too much,
I'll have to drop something. I'm
he
carrying too much.
will say that he simply cannot carry another thing.
I'll have to drop something. I'm carrying too much.
And what we can do from here is use the, let's see.
It's locked.
Probably don't have the skills necessary to open any of these lock containers. I do have, I think, one skill point in lockpick.
I'll have to drop something. I'm carrying too much. I'll have to drop something. I'm carrying too much.
I wonder if I can get away with carrying some of these. I may simply be completely over encumbered. In fact, I'm sure I will be. Let's see if I can do this.
I'll have to drop something. I'm carrying too much. I may be strong, but I'm not that strong.
There we go. So I've got another chest now that I can put in my sleeping quarters. And there's the magic pyramid. In fact, you can see I've dumped some stuff. I dumped all my rope here in these traps because my chest was getting out of control. That's what she said. And we'll throw that, whatever, over here. And I think I will go back and get another chest. No limit on the number of times you use that.
I'll have to drop something. I'm carrying too much.
I don't think I'll, organize. Ooh, lucky I got to the mute button there. Big sneeze. Oh, not so big that I now have to clean my monitor, but impressive nonetheless. And I don't know, let's see if we can take this last chest. That's the locked one, yeah. No point in me robbing a locked chest.
I'll have to drop something. I'm carrying too much.
And I'm fairly certain if the chest has any contents, I can't do this. I remember reading that, but I'm certainly not certain of that. Well, we'll throw you here. Alright, now that we've got a new chest, let's start moving some junk into it. The best place to move this stuff, of course, is into a vendor. But for now, we'll just throw it all in here. Now at least I have not found a quick way of doing this. You have to just drag and drop. If you try and right click, actually I may have stumbled across a quick way of doing this and then forgotten. That could be, but I don't remember what it is. If you right click or anything like that, it just seems to want to equip it and unequip whatever you're carrying, which is not what I'm intending to do here. These show no weight, so I assume they have none. These do weigh something, and I haven't figured out how to read them. Maybe I'll look around on the internet or something like that. They have this thing called Googly Now or something.
You can't use it on that.
We've collected up quite the selection of empty vases, and of course we picked up all these endless potions. Mysterious elixir that doesn't tell you what it does. Poisons. I think you can apply those to your weapons even. I know you can throw them, and they leave a poison cloud, which is kind of neat.
It won't work with that.
Strength I'll keep. Stamina, sure. Super elixir, why not? And more rope, and I'm just going to throw that here. I'll be able to make a hammock in no time. Some more bombs, so I'll throw them by the other trap. Lots of gems. Gems be good. It was nice enough to stack some of them for me.
I'm not able to use that.
Something I've never figured out, why it likes to stack certain things and then just completely refuses to stack others. And I don't know what happens if I move this in here. Does that leave it for safekeeping? I would assume. One way to find out, aside from losing it all. What the heck? It's not like I'm using it. And I'll do this. Save. And I'll leave. And come back and just do that quick check. And there's all my money. So I assume when I start collecting money again, it goes into my inventory again? I know when you die, I think everything goes flying, but if I die, I just reload and try again. I don't try and recover my corpse, so I guess there's no real reason for me to move my money. Yeah, that's a good point. There's no reason to it. You know, if you died and... Oh, there, my brain today. If you find you died and you lost a portion of the money you were carrying, a la Diablo or something like that, there's a point. But in this game, that's what quick saves are for. And as always, never forget your pyramid. Got lots of lockpicks if I ever need them. In fact, can I... Did I just throw those? Yes, I did. That was silly. Ah, there we go. And Mole's pot. Ah, it looks like a helmet piece. Not going to be wearing that. And I don't know if the trap injured me, but not by much. Yeah, armor 20, plus +1 to hearing? You would think that would obscure your hearing. Well, I suppose a resonation chamber, you'd hear yourself think, maybe. Alright. Well, with that, we've done quite a good job, and this is dragging on a little bit, and I do want to post them all at once. I don't want to post this in kind of episodes like I do for my other Let's Plays. So I don't want to get too insanely long. So, as always, I thank you for watching. I thank you for listening. I encourage you to leave comments, suggestions, or infantile abuse. I promise I read it all. And if you like my videos, don't forget to give me the thumbs up or subscribe to my channel, and you'll see much more like it. So, we'll see you later. Cheers, guys.